Top down? Alright. I got you. I got you, bro. So we're going to start off with Dove. And then Chesire. Yeah, I spelled that right. So, best of 3. We got this going. And let's go ahead and get things started. Top down and bottoms up. Well, we're just going to do top down. Top down. So, let's go ahead and get things started, shall we, with Dove versus Chesire. Let's get it. Alright, so over in the west side, we got Dove. Or Dove. I don't know how to say that name correctly. Hopefully we'll find out. And then over on the east side, we got Chesire Saxophone. Started things off here. Now, I have seen a few games from Dove, them practicing and stuff, and I think they have they got a solid stuff going. I think there's some good things ahead of them for sure. While Chesire, a little bit of a vet here and there. Going to be very interesting to see how things go. Both comps are very interesting. Dove really loves playing the double tier 3 combo, which is very awesome. The one wasn't of yours. The first one was interesting. Gonna make a video. Okay, gotcha. Sounds good. I didn't realize the second one wasn't mine, but it's fine. Like I said, unfortunately, I couldn't save my for whatever reason. I'm on I have a new PC built and stuff, so I have a much better computer to do a lot more things like this. So it doesn't look all choppy or whatever. And my silly self just forgot. Just forgot to freaking build it, but it's all good in the hood. Actually, let me take off the comments as well, so that way you guys can, so it'll be clear as day. It'll look professional. You know what I mean? Professional. So both sides looking to start off with a we're gonna see Dove going for just mass tier 1 in the early goings, while Chesire going in for a double tier 1 and tier 2 combo with Skunks. Not a bad opening as well. Definitely the advantage will go to Chesire here at this moment. But we'll see if there's going to be. It looks like Dove is looking to want to attack here, which I don't think would be wise personally. Mainly because the fact that there's going to be at least one skunk out. Well, maybe not. Maybe he will be able to get the defender's advantage. But they gotta attack now before that skunk comes out. The skunk will come out and it will do a lot of damage. And Dove will just have to go ahead and retreat here. I don't really see this going any well. So great defense from Chesire. Not surprised here. And decides to go ahead and go for a forward mill. That's just going to be free food. So that was not a great mistake here. So obviously, early going, not a good startup here. So, I like the idea of wanting to go ahead and just say bump it and expand. But just, it might have been a mistake here. But this is a good opportunity for Chesire to go ahead and try and clean this up. Going for a tier 3 really early, not the wisest decision. I think Chesire might just take this one. Placement is not great there. And that'll be a quick cleanup. Quick cleanup here in the early goings here for Dova. And right now, it does look like they're going to go ahead and try and clean things up here. So this might be GG's. which is unfortunate. Looks like Chesire is going to hold back, though. Probably just, replenish the defense. Well, replenish their army. Going in for the Squizzard combination now. And honestly, this will probably not end up very well, especially with the fact that we have a little bit more things to play with. Obviously, Chesire takes the dub. This one is probably gonna be it. But good attempt, though. Good attempt. So we might as well just go ahead and probably sim this through. Because I think that this one was clearly going to be it. So, first one, we'll go over to Chesire. Again, I did like a couple of the ideas from Dove for sure. But unfortunately, didn't really come to fruition. I think the big mistake there, after not being able to go through that attack, was probably just buying that forward Warren. I feel like that might have been a mistake there, maybe. But, it's a newer player, so, like, these kind of mistakes are kind of bound to happen. So, let's go ahead and dive into number 2. So, let's go ahead and give that point over to... Oh, oops, wrong person. There we go. All right. Cool. Hopefully you guys see it. I'm not sure if you guys see it or not. Maybe not. I don't know what's going on. I gotta figure out how to do this again because it's been a minute, but it is what it is. Yeah, we'll just hide that for now. But right now, Dove is up. Well, Chesire is up 1-0. So let's go and dive into number 2. Alrighty then. So Dove over on the south side in the red, going over to Chesire, who is up north in the green. So, looking at both of the competitions, Chesire bringing out the toads. Very rare to see. I know that we had some very riveting conversations over in unit discussions about, trying to bring toads back. Make toads great again. Make the toads great again. But it's just going to be curious to see how this plays out. Oh my goodness, I just realized there's some music here, which is kind of wild. Go fix that real quick. My apologies. I'm a mess. It's been a minute. It's been a little bit. It's okay. But yep. Seems like the Chesire is going to start off with the opening with Double Squirrel. Dove is looking to possibly do the same thing. So actually, bro, this is what I do when I look away for like 0.2 seconds. Just see the fact that Chesire probably was doing an attack and I completely missed it, but it's fine. But it does look like that Dove was able to go ahead and defend pretty well, but there is a little bit of an advantage for Chesire here. So, interesting, very far Warren, looking to be aggressive here. Going ahead and expand as well. And I'm very curious to see what Dove is end up doing. Going to mass tier 1. If all else fails, just go mass Grail. Mass Skirl. You know what I mean? But see that the mill's going to be done. Now we're going to see a couple of toads being brought out. Very interesting to see how the connections go for those toads. That's going to be the big question, in my opinion. So Chesire does decide to sell. I believe he had a tier 2 available, but decided to sell it, expand, go mass tier 1. Dove doing a pretty good decision of possibly going with a skunk opening, and now finally getting into that expansion, but definitely behind on eco just a little bit, if I've seen. Yeah. So gonna be in a bit of a disadvantage here with the economy, but Dove doing the wise decision to bulk up and grab it, and very smart there from Dove here, realizing that he needs to pay off one of the other skunk and just decide to sell and queue it real quick, and even going for one of those extra farms here with the cabin. So really good mental sense here, but Chesire slowly building up that boar and possibly looking to make some damage here. So now with toads not being the strongest tier 1 unit out there, it is definitely considered the weakest within the community. Oh, Dove actually looking to attack here, which is an interesting choice. Still kind of rallying all, but those toads are going to get some massive hits there. And Dove has to make a retreat. He's going to lose that skunk. He's looking to possibly take out a mill, though. And I think he's gonna get it. That's going to be free. So really good attack on the economy there. But he needs to go back home now. He needs to go back home now. He already lost a skunk, which is not good. But even though that he probably lost more than what is really wanted, I definitely don't think it's that bad necessarily. So it was a good way to take out the economy. So now he definitely has a massive economy lead. Like, oh my goodness. Like, look at this. That income is insane there from Dove. So really good sense here. So now let's see what Chesire has to do. But now we're seeing the wolf come out. But I don't believe he scouted the tier 3 yet. Yeah, he hasn't yet. So he doesn't even know. So that could end up being the downfall here, depending. And oh no, he's gonna go for a mass. Ooh, Chesire has a pretty good opening here. Does he know about it? No, he does. He does at least a tier 1 there. Oop. There we go. But he doesn't know about the second tier 2. But he knows that he has to move in now. And there's a lot of food being played here for the tier 3. So I don't know about this one, especially because the fact that he only has very little squirrels. This might end up being GG here. Yeah, Boar's gonna go ahead and wipe everything out. Nothing else is gonna help it. This is basically game here. And I think the big mistake, and I think this really goes to show as a good example as to why scouting is important too, because I do not believe that he's aware of the tier 3 at all, which, yeah, definitely here. The wolf is out, but like there is nothing that he can really use to defend it. A lot of that economy is gone, and even though both of them are pretty even in eco right now, that's a huge loss for Chesire and well, not Chesire, Dove. And Chesire has a great army, and now he'll have the farm advantage, and this could be a cleanup crew depending on how this goes. The Badger is out now though, so this could go either way. The boar is still available, but I think the big problem right now is to try and get that Badger out. We'll see how the micro goes to the Badger. Ooh. Alright, so the thing is gone. And it looks like Boar's gonna be down, and Dove is now starving, but it doesn't really matter. Dove will get the W. It's a really good comeback there for Dove. It was looking scary for him. I'm curious as to if Chesire just would have been better to just go ahead and continue on with the onslaught and try to get as much as possible to prevent that other tier 3 to be happening, because again, he didn't know about the second tier 3 that came up, thought it was just wolf, but because he didn't really get deeper, that's how that's gonna go. So we're now tied up between Dove and Chesire, which is pretty cool. So we will be guaranteed a game number 3. All right. Yeah, maybe Boar would have destroyed the Badger. Yeah, I agree. I think that would have probably been the move. Instead of having to retreat. Because it's kind of one of those things as to, like, if you were tunnel visioned. Because that's probably what happened there. If Chesire didn't tunnel vision on trying to take out majority of the army and be like, it's just a wolf, I don't think you'll have much to kind of rebuild off of. Because that was a huge W for that aspect. But because of the fact that he didn't really pay attention to the Badger, Warren, that probably is what costed him at the end of the day. But you win some, you lose some, you live and you learn. So let's go ahead and get this game number 3, shall we? Seems like a rarity right now, but it's not much of a surprise. Alright, Dove going over in the northwest side, while Chesire down south in the green. Seeing that Dove really likes this composition here. I think that's like their comfort comp, from what it looks like. It definitely helped them with Tier 2 and Chesire being a gremlin here. Gonna put down a mole to kind of be a bit of a stickler here. And I'm curious if Dove will recognize it. He knows something's up. Oh, he actually decided to go back home. So Chesire not gonna go ahead and commit, but considering that Dove was looking for him, he's just like, ah, nah, I'm not gonna deal with it. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna just sell and go home and not worry about it. So no shenanigans, no early shenanigans happening. And like even Dove was like, all right, cool, not gonna worry about it. Gonna go into double lizard and attack on his own, which is interesting, but I don't think it's gonna be done in time. So I think Chesire's gonna be chilling. Just continue to put in another. I would imagine another squirrel being used here to just go ahead and use it for the defense. And Chesire probably will get a little bit of the advantage here, economic-wise. Ooh, yeah, definitely economic-wise. Very interesting move here for Dove to go ahead and sell the Warren that's already ready, because that might open up a line of attack for Chesire if he wants it. That's kind of been like the big question here. Now we see the Chesire going to go ahead and get into that expansion. We'll see what people's scouts are looking like. So the scouts looking pretty good here. Knows that there's a couple of expansions here. I haven't talked about maps too much. You can say that both are kind of even, though you kind of give the advantage, I guess, over to Chesire because of the fact that there's so many Warrens on his end compared to Dove's. So definitely the middle event goes to Chesire. Man, shut your freaking butt, Mad. Go eat crow. Go eat rats or whatever you do. Well, don't eat these rats in particular. But yeah, now we're gonna go ahead and see Dove going and go for a mass tier 1 onslaught. Good timing here too, because going ahead and possibly taking out this economy will do just that. But I don't think he'll have enough to go ahead and take out the snake, unfortunately. How's my tourney going so far? About the way you're playing, I feel like I am doing okay. I feel like I'm doing okay. I definitely feel like I have a better sense of the game, but I do need to work better on timing and also do better at I guess trying to be a little bit more experimental with my with how I play compositions. I think, like, I feel like I'm doing, like, despite like where my status is compared to other players, I do feel like that I am still kind of growing a little bit. So it'd be good to try and continue to kind of improve. Hopefully that we can pick up the shark thing back up once the group stages are done, so that way we can all continue like working on our respective skills. What's my favorite deck? So the deck that I am that's usually my go-to as of current, which is a little bit of an older one, but I know for this patch, the main one that I've been playing with was Squirrel, Pigeon, Cam, Falcon. I'm thinking on the third one. We're getting into this battle real quick. But it looks like Chesire might end up getting the dub here, getting quite a good amount of tags, but all of the tier 1 units are basically gone. And it looks like he's going to go ahead and sell and go home, but he did get a good percent. Not able to take down the Warren, but at least taking down a farm. Now, Dove was looking to go ahead and go for this attack. We're seeing a couple of tier 2s come in, but it looks like there's going to be... It might not come in time. We're seeing a couple of tags in here. Skunk's trying to do some damage, but I don't think it's going to be enough, especially with the snakes being fresh. And yep, that's going to probably be an even draw. They're still going to try and go after this. Snakes are down. Only a couple of pigeons, a couple of squirrels left. But there's not much that he could really do here to try and overwhelm. If he can take out at least a pig or two, that would be great. Because there's not a lot on Chesire's end that he can continue to build off of. And now the pigeons are going to come down. And this might be Dove's victory. Dove might take this. Got another snake back. And I feel like even with the snake tags being as powerful as they are, you can't really do much. There as another snake goes down. And there's going to be like literally no food left. So Chesire has to sell out the skunk, try to get some kind of army back. But I think it might be too little too late. With only one pig left, there's not much that he could really do. And is Chesire... Oh, Chesire retreated. Gonna go ahead and sell a couple of those tier 2s. Going mass squirrel. I wouldn't even bother making more warrants, to be honest with you. Because Chesire is not gonna go ahead and try and give a little desperate attempt to rebuild. And we see Dove deciding to go ahead and replace one of the older farms and builds, but this is Dove's Vic.